So for the audience to follow.
Intersectionality has taken over feminism.
Okay, what is feminism? And then what is intersectionality? This conference is an embarrassment, by the way. This is an embarrassment. You should be fucking embarrassed.
Why is everyone having
This is the crowd. This is the crowd. This is the crowd. This is what you want the movement to be. You want people to be yelling. This is what you want the movement to be. Organizers should be fucking embarrassed.
There's no need to shout. I'm not shouting. All right, I am. I'm shouting. I'm shouting. I'm shouting.
Hello again. Dragonbeard here. I'm a little less angry today than I was the last time. I'm out on the road again. For those of you who don't know, I'm a truck driver. I set out a video last time where I was angry because no one was concerned about making criminal accusations in court. They wanted to spread it around in cheap publications and within a so-called skeptic community and atheists that are just so above the rabble, and yet how many of them continue to spread crap like this around? So there's a few points that were missed by people on social media that disagree with me, and I just want to explain to you, as a master would to grasshopper, some of the basic simple things you're missing. Well, okay, so let's start with the fact that the problem, you keep saying, well, it's not a problem about due process because it's not in court. All right, so this is a particularly either very ignorant position, but I think much more a dishonest one, because the problem is these accusations should be made in court. That is the problem in the first place. And beyond that, there seems to be this intentional, they go through my, some people were going through my Twitter feed, which, by the way, I don't mind. I think it makes a statement of that I'm worth going through my Twitter feed. Knock yourself out, baby. I'll apologize for nothing. And they go, well, look, you attacked Michael Moore. Michael Moore because he knows Harvey Weinstein. Or you attacked Harvey Weinstein is guilty. Okay, so let's be clear about this. I still have advocated, even back then, if you really look through my Twitter feed, that Harvey Weinstein should get his day in court. Where the difference is between someone like Lawrence Krauss, which there is, to my knowledge, and it has not been presented to me, any kind of recording of anything he's done. Weinstein has a recording that was released. It was recorded what was supposed to be a sting police operation, I think in New York City. And she wore a wire, and the shit that he says to her is very bad. Like, you can listen to it for yourself.
I'm telling you right now.
What do we have to do here?
Nothing. I'm going to take a shower. You sit there and have a drink. Water.
I don't drink. Can I stay on the bar?
No, you must come here now.
No.
Please.
No, I don't want to.
I'm not doing anything with you.
I know.
Embarrassing me.
I'm sorry. I cannot. No, yesterday was a kind of aggressive for me. I need to know a person to be touched.
I won't do a thing.
I don't want
Please, I swear I won't. Just sit with me. Don't embarrass me in the hotel. I'm here all the time.
I
Sit
know,
with me,
but I don't
promise.
want to.
Please sit there. Please. 1 minute.
No,
I ask
I can't.
you. Go to the bathroom.
Please, I don't want to do something I don't want
Go to the bathroom. Come here. Listen to me.
I want to go downstairs.
I'm not going to do anything. You'll never see me again after this. Okay? That's it. If you embarrass me in this hotel,
I'm not embarrassing you. It's just that I don't feel comfortable.
I mean, don't have a fight with me in the
It's not
hall.
nice.
Please, I'm not going to do anything. I swear, my children. Please come in. On everything. I'm a famous guy.
I'm feeling very uncomfortable right now.
Please come in now. And 1 minute. And if you want to leave, when the guy comes with my
Why
jacket,
yesterday you touched my breast?
Oh, please, I'm sorry. Just come on. I'm used to that. Come on.
Are you used to that?
Yes, come in. Because
No, but I'm not used to
I
that.
won't do it again. Come on. Sit here. Sit here for a minute, please.
No, I don't want to.
If you do this now, you will embarrass me. No. Like, never call me again. Okay? I'm sorry. I promise you I won't do anything.
I know, but yesterday was too
The
much
guy's
for
coming.
me.
I will never do another thing to you. 5 minutes. Don't ruin your friendship with me for 5 minutes.
I know, but it's kind of like, it's too much for me. I can't.
Please, you're making a big scene here.
No,
Please.
but I want to leave.
Okay, bye. Thank you.
And so I don't need to have the same consideration for him any more than, a school shooter. Yeah, everyone sees him shooting people. Well, he deserves his day in court if he survives, but that doesn't mean I'm going to give him the same consideration as somebody where it's all just whispers and hearsay. I mean, really, we're a skeptic community and we can't tell the difference between like video and live action going on. Like a crime in progress is the same in your mind. Like, really? This is the best you can do? Followers of Thomas Smith? And now, by the way, Kristi Winters. Hi, how you doing? Hi, Kristi. Yeah, you're real special. You're very special. I miss the days when you used to pretend to have adult conversations. Why don't you do that anymore?
All God's creatures are beautiful.
Not her.
No, not her.
Then there's, okay, what was another one they said? They went after me because I had made comments about, so Michael Moore, but also there was the guy off of the House of Cards show, I know his name, everyone, Spacey, Kevin Spacey. All right, so Kevin Spacey, Michael Moore, my criticisms of these men are a little bit different. Okay, so Michael Moore, this is also very simple if you look at my Twitter, and I think you're intentionally trying to misconstrue and take it out of context. I'm using his own moral grandstanding of condemning millions of other people against him because he is a piece of shit that doesn't live up to his own standards. So he's friends with Harvey Weinstein, and yet anyone who voted for Trump isn't just a racist, they're a rapist by association.
I said this before on your show. He's not as stupid as people want to believe he is. Yeah. He knows exactly what he's doing. He knows the words to use. And I'm certain that the 63 million people that voted for him actually, vast majority of them love that press conference.
But, well, not all Trump supporters.
Not
are
all.
racist.
I said the vast majority.
But they take offense to people calling them racist because they supported him.
Yeah. But what are
so then how do you? The question is that how do you deal with that?
If you hold down the woman while the rapist is raping her, and you didn't rape her, are you a rapist? I mean, let's just really let's cut the BS and start speaking honestly. If you vote for a man who says what he said today, that the white nationalists were the victims, that he equated George Washington and Thomas Jefferson with Robert E. Lee, and said that the people there trying to stop the racism, the anti-racism protesters, that they were the violent ones. They were the, it just went so far. But I'm telling you,
that's a very powerful and uncomfortable anecdote that you share, and people will think that you're comparing Trump voters to racists. I mean, to rapists.
Yeah, and it's uncomfortable, isn't it?
That is uncomfortable.
Yeah, because enablers of immoral behavior, criminal behavior.
And in this film, I point out that the Democrats, in some ways, are as guilty as the Republicans on this issue. And so the film is very nonpartisan in that way. It's not Democrat or Republican. And Harvey, I know, and he doesn't like the Hillary thing, but he respects me as a filmmaker, and it's in the film. And if you never hear from me again, I love you. I love you, Harvey. But
see ya.
You gotta. I have to do the right thing here.
Yeah, it's uncomfortable, isn't it?
That is uncomfortable.
Yeah, because enablers.
Really? You can't see what I'm doing there? Does that mean I'm actually calling him a rapist, or that he was in league with Harvey Weinstein, or even knew anything about it? No. What I'm doing is I am showing his hypocrisy and how stupid his standards that he pretends to have really are. And with Kevin Spacey, the dude came out and he apologized for it. He's like, I don't remember, but then he apologized. Like, if he's innocent, then he shouldn't have apologized.
Rapp is publicly alleging for the first time that in 1986, Spacey, who was 26 at the time, became friends with him while they were both performing in Broadway shows. That's when Spacey invited Rapp over to his apartment for a party, and at the end of the night, Rapp claims Spacey climbed on top of him, making a sexual advance. Spacey, who hosted this year's Tony Awards, said in a statement on Twitter, "I honestly do not remember the encounter. It would have been over 30 years ago. But if I did behave then as he describes, I owe him the sincerest apology for what would have been deeply inappropriate drunken behavior, and I am sorry for the feelings he describes having carried with him all these years.
I have sinned against you, my Lord.
Oh, you sick, twisted fuck. Why are you doing this?
This is so cool. I saw this in a movie once. In fact, it was one of yours, I think.
I'm sorry, like, what do you expect people to do? You have apologized. That means that you have admitted doing it. If you haven't done it, don't apologize. It's very simple. This is a mistake I think a lot of people make. And if this person that accused him had not gotten an apology, I would have said the same thing. Well, look, Spacey has no reason to show any guilt in public. People shouldn't be taking his job away. But then he apologized. That's admitting guilt. Well, what do you expect? You've admitted. Of course you don't need to go to trial. You've just confessed. So, you know, these distinctions are very simple in my opinion. If you can't make these distinctions, like Kristi Winters, Thomas Smith.
You shut up then, and you shut your freaking mouth! Fuck! Asshole!
And the other so-called skeptics, who are actually radical ideologues from the extreme left, who have no other business than to burrow into rich communities that are vibrant and growing and to extract from them the very marrow, then nothing I can say will ever change that. Hopefully you have some type of occurrence in your life that makes you rethink what you're doing and snap you out of your circular reasoning, your isolated mind, where you think you have the great truth and it has been presented to you, and that no matter what you do, everything, it's not about learning or growing or possibly discovering that you've been wrong. It's about victory. It's all tactics. I think this is a huge failure. And as a community, any community, whether there's an actual literal community or it's just a kind of culture that's grown between people with some shared values, like the atheist community, we need to start just telling these people we don't want them. We don't want you. We don't want you on stage. We don't want you in our organizations and any groups that have you. You know, we're just going to shift our attention to other places. And you guys can have your own shit and let it fall apart over there in desolation. Because you people don't build. You only ever live off of other people's creativity, work, hard work. And again, I'll emphasize, I am very disappointed that I've heard nothing from, as far as I've heard, Richard Dawkins, Neil deGrasse Tyson, Sam Harris, Michael Shermer on these issues. They should all with one voice say, unless he confesses or some evidence or goes to trial, the fact that he's losing engagements, he's being dissociated with different organizations, that he's having his professional reputation and his livelihood attacked over allegations, they should speak out with one voice that that's totally unacceptable. There's a process for this. And a civilized person should know that. Peace from Dragonbeard.
Lucella, what can you tell us about your planet that might help us figure out a way to save John? Your world is hard to get a handle on.
How so?
Well, the voting and rating, those badges, you all wear them?
Yeah. You get one when you turn 18, and then you wear it for the rest of your life. It's how we can tell who's good and who's bad.
So this is an absolute democracy?
Yeah. How does your world work?
We select representatives who discuss issues and enact laws.
But what about everybody else? Everybody deserves a voice. That's what we're taught.
A voice should be earned, not given away.
How do you know what foods are healthiest for your children or what medicine to take if you're sick?
We vote.
I believe you are confusing opinion with knowledge.
I think what he's asking is, with so many voices at once, how do you filter out the truth?
Well, my dad always says the majority are the truth. I mean, you always know what the majority wants. That's what matters.
Well, you always know what the mob wants, too.